Your internet's out, and you open the router's app to tap the button that says restart, because that's supposed to be the fix right there on the screen. And the app just sits there. A spinner, then a message, can't reach your router right now. So you do the thing you were trying to avoid, and you walk over and pull the plug instead. Both of those are supposed to do the exact same thing to your router. Only one of them just worked, because the other one needed something that was already broken. This one came from a comment from my Nintendo gaming feed 5208, asking whether an app's reboot really resets your router the same way unplugging does. So follow that button for a second. Tap restart in the app, and the request doesn't go straight to the box sitting under your TV. It goes out through your phone's own internet connection, up to the company's servers, and back down again over the same connection the router is supposed to be providing. eero says this outright in its own support pages. Rebooting from the app needs an internet connection first before it will even try. Now follow the plug, pull it, and nothing has to travel anywhere. No signal goes out, no server answers back. Nothing has to arrive from across the internet first. The power just stops right there in your hand. One of those two actions asks a favor of the internet before it can even begin. The other one doesn't have to ask anybody. But once either button actually lands, it does the identical thing inside your router. Restarting the app's way or pulling the plug, your router boots the exact same way either time, a brand new copy of its own tiny operating system, starting from nothing. That new copy remembers nothing about the conversations the old one was tracking, because that table only ever lived in memory, and memory doesn't survive a restart, no matter which button asks for it. So if they land on the same result, the only real difference is whether the request ever gets there at all. And that's exactly where the app's button falls apart. One user, in the middle of an outage, tried the app the way they always had, and it told them to go do it by hand instead. TP-Link's own mesh systems hit the identical wall. The one tool built specifically to fix your internet needs your internet to work at all. And that 2-minute countdown the app makes you sit through, that's not the app stalling. eero says the wait is the router shutting down, then booting back up, then checking in again with the company's own servers, and that the whole thing can take up to 2 minutes. Pull the plug instead, and you're waiting through those same 3 steps. Shutdown, boot, check in. You just don't get a progress bar telling you so. So the countdown was honest the whole time. It just never told you it was also describing itself. But the two paths aren't perfectly identical, and the one place they split cuts against everything so far. Yank the power at the wrong instant, mid-right to the router's own storage, and you can corrupt something small, or at least something you'd notice. Settings, a log, a save configuration. A software restart gets to finish that right first, then shut down cleanly behind it. So the app's button isn't lying to you, and it isn't even the clumsier of the two. It just picked the one moment it could never survive to need the one thing it was built to fix. So the next time that app spins and tells you it can't reach your router, you're not looking at a broken feature. You're looking at a troubleshooting tool that depends on the exact thing you're troubleshooting. The plug in your hand never had that dependency. It was never asking your internet for permission to do its job.
Everything you just figured out rests on something deeper, and that's the next video, so start there. Would you rather understand your computer than just use it? Then subscribe, and I'll see you next time, further down the stack.